Have you ever copied something well while looking at it, but then struggled to draw it later from memory? That does not mean you are bad at drawing. It may mean you practiced copying what you saw, not remembering and rebuilding it on your own. In this video, you will learn how to draw from memory by training recall, not just copying. We will use the Formotion Method, a simple practice loop that helps your eyes observe, your brain remember, and your hand rebuild the drawing. Copying from reference is useful. It helps you observe shape, proportion, and structure. But drawing from memory trains a different skill: recalling what you studied, checking what changed, and trying again more accurately. Think about handwriting. You do not look up the alphabet every time you write. You remember the letter's shape because you have practiced it many times. Drawing from memory works in a similar way. You study a form, practice recalling it, and gradually build a more reliable pattern. First, simplify the form. Choose one object, like a sneaker, and focus on the big shapes that make it recognizable. Ignore decoration, texture, and small details for now. Your goal is to understand the object's main structure before trying to remember it. Your goal is not to copy every mark. Your goal is to notice the big shape decisions. Where does the toe curve? Where does the heel rise? Where does the opening sit? These are the parts your memory needs most. Next, shrink the challenge. Do not try to memorize a whole complicated object at once. Choose one useful piece, like a handlebar, a wheel, an ear, or a shoe sole. Smaller pieces are easier to study, redraw, and correct. Now choose an anchor. An anchor is the part you start from, especially when other parts connect to it. For a skateboard, one wheel can be the anchor. Once you place it, you can use it to help position the deck around it. Before drawing, change the size. Make your attempt bigger or smaller than the reference. This stops you from simply tracing in your mind and pushes you to judge relationships like length, angle, and spacing. Then draw with clean, deliberate strokes. Avoid scribbling or relying on too many guidelines. This may feel harder at first, but it helps your hand learn a repeatable path. After each attempt, check your drawing. Place the simplified reference over your attempt and compare the main shapes. Maybe the deck is too long. Maybe the curve rises too soon. The overlay shows what your memory remembered correctly and what needs another try. So far, you have practiced simplifying the form, choosing a small target, using an anchor, changing the size, drawing with clean strokes, and comparing with a reference. Want to remember this technique long-term? Tap the link for Quizlet study tools, then jump back into the video. Lock in what you learned and keep going. Now let's use the same process with a new object, a coffee mug. The mug body will be our target, and the handle will be our anchor. We will also draw the attempt at a different size, so we have to rebuild the form instead of copying it directly. First, simplify the mug. Keep the rim, the side curves, the bottom curve, and the handle connection points. Ignore the logo, highlights, and shadows for now. Those details can come later, after the main form is clear. Now draw the simplified mug from the anchor. Start at the handle, then place the rim. Draw the side curves, and close the bottom. Move slowly enough to stay accurate, but clearly enough to build a repeatable path. Now compare the attempt with a reference. In this attempt, the rim is too flat and the bottom is too wide. That is not failure. It is useful feedback. The next attempt now has a clearer target. A common mistake is turning this into a marathon. Longer sessions are not always better. It also hurts practice when you switch objects too quickly, add details before the form is solid, or cover the reference for too long before checking. Stay with one small form long enough to recognize the pattern. Here is the full loop. Choose one form. Simplify it. Pick an anchor. Change the size. Draw with clean strokes. Compare with the reference. Then repeat, using the correction from your last attempt. Over time, you build a small library of remembered forms. These are not perfect pictures. They are useful shape patterns you can recall and rebuild when you draw from imagination. To recap, drawing from memory improves when you practice recall, not just copying. Choose one form. Simplify it. Start from an anchor. Change the size. Draw with clean strokes. Compare your attempt with a reference, and use that correction to guide the next attempt. If you want to practice what you learned today, check the links in the description for Quizlet's memorization guide and study tools designed to help you remember it longer. Keep learning, keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next video.